welcome. Welcome to the show. It is me. Your girl, Labora Lee, aka Cat Lee. And you have now tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast. Mm-hmm. You have definitely tuned in to Ambitiously the podcast. Yep. We got a lot to talk about today. Every now and then, every now and again, I have to get into my political bag, so to speak. And today is one of those days that I think it's necessary for me to do so. So we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. If you are watching, then you've already noticed that today is Media Monday. Today is the day that we come in and we talk about all of the things that are going on. Well, not all, because it's impossible for us to catch all of the things, but we catch a lot of the things and we discuss them because it's very necessary in our adult state of being to talk about the things that are going on in the world. Sometimes we get messy. Sometimes we are totally just there to be nosy. Sometimes we are there to use our minds in the most constructive and critical way possible. Today is one of those days. Yep. So, what you need to know is today is Media Monday. Let's not get too serious. We gotta bring it back. What you need to know is you can see it scrolling on the bottom of the screen though. But the phone line is always open, 443 850-4828, 443-850-4828. This phone line is open right now as we speak. So if you would like to call in, please do. Just watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, because I'm on one and I'm in my bag today. So watch your mouth. You can drop a comment. Ask them to drop the link. And if you're on your best behavior, you'll make it on the screen. Yes, you will. Got some things to talk about. Please remember, like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. If you would like to donate, the information is there as well. We'll talk about that later. But one thing I have to do before we get into it is drop this really quick. I'll be right back. What's good, my ambitious ones? I am here because Savage Fenty is offering up something extraordinary. You get 2 for $29 bras and 50% off other items for new VIP members. You heard me. 2 bras for $29 plus 50% off of other items for new VIP memberships. I mean, you can't beat that. You cannot beat it. You cannot. I'm trying to tell you. And I found my paddle the other day, and I'm gonna put it on camera one of these days. But Savage. We'll just say that savage, very savage-like. Okay, so let's get into some stuff really quickly. Let's get into this daggone Kanye West situation, which is a little bit, as a parent, I'm not even gonna lie to you, a little devastating, because you always, as a parent, want your kid to have the best education possible, like you want to that you can possibly give. And so some of these people set their path like, oh, maybe Kanye's doing something monumental, which I believe he was on the path to, but this just didn't quite work out with all the anti-Semitic talk and arguments and everybody going back and forth on all the hoopla and stuff. the Donda school did not work out that well. So there's some things that's going on. People are suing Kanye West. There are things being said about the school, and we're gonna get into a little bit of that tea, a little bit of that gab, because we are on the gab beat on this Monday. Let's talk about it. So, students at Kanye West Donda Academy are being deprived of the education they deserve, but the parents should be concerned if they try to go somewhere else. So says one of the teachers suing the rapper over the school. Man. Former Donda teacher Cecilia Haley's now giving a word of warning to parents, saying that they're severely behind educationally, is what she's saying, but that doesn't mean moving somewhere else is instantly going to correct the problem. Oh my gosh. This is going to be horrible if you think about it. This is education here. She says the kids aren't getting graded at the uncredited schools, so transferring could be problematic. Cecilia's worried about the students' future, angry. The kids are way behind in the learning curve. Jeez Louise. As reported, Cecilia and her daughter claimed they were fired from their teaching gigs at Donda after calling out the school's flaws, also saying race was a factor. Listen, I've heard other things about that school as well. Like nutritionally, I've heard that all they ate was sushi. That's a little bit deep right there, but in my mind, I'm a bit. Can I be candid with you? In my mind, I never thought that at Kanye school it would be like a whole bunch of grading systems. I don't know why I always felt like it was going to lack structure. I did. I always felt like it was gonna lack some structure. There was going not to be, you feel me, the best. I don't know why I felt like that, but that's what I felt. I felt like perhaps it was going to be like yoga mats everywhere. This is what I thought. This is what I felt. I felt like it was going to be like yoga mats everywhere. And I don't know why in my head I probably thought they were going to eat sushi. I stand correct. I stand correct. I felt like it was going to be like a lot of sushi eating. I just didn't feel like it was going to be like your traditional classroom. In my head, I just did not feel like that's what it was going to be like. And I feel like anybody that felt like that's what it was going to be like it was going to be like a regular school that you send your kid to, you are insane. Yeah. If you thought I feel like that's, yeah. I feel like you were insane if you thought that that's what was going to happen. You are freaking insane. Like, just didn't see it. I didn't see it. I did not see it. I didn't see it. I don't know what she was saying about, but it's cool. Everybody had in their own imaginations. Mine was just a little closer to the, curve. So, yeah. Yeah. Okay. I want to get into this. I'm going to leave her for later, maybe. Because I don't think what she's here for is what I'm here for. I want to get into this really quickly. Hold on. Let me bring some things to the screen. Just bear with me. Okay, so you saying what I'm saying right now. Good. Because we're going to talk about this particular situation we have going on here on the screen. Um, so if you don't know what's happening with these three right here, there's a lot of things that happen and is happening and still happening. I don't. It's all over the place. Well, it's gonna keep. It's it's gonna continue to be happening. I don't. I just. I feel it in my soul. But anyway, so what happens is these three right here decide that they're Tennessee government officials. I think representatives. If I'm not, let's make sure they're lawmakers though. On the Democratic side of the Tennessee seat. Um, yeah, that's what they are. They're from the Democratic side of the Democratic side of the Tennessee seat um, of Congress. So what happens is these three decide that they're going to testify on behalf of the people that they represent, which is the public, the people that voted them in the election. And they came in with a bullhorn and, the two gents, anyway, the two gentlemen, you can see them somewhere up there, whatever. But, and the lady did not, the white lady did not have a bullhorn, but she was loudly boisterous and all that good stuff, right? So what happens is they do their little protest and all of that good stuff. And then the two black gentlemen were expelled from Congress, from the seat, and the white lady was spared. Yeah, that's what happened. There's a lot going on from the 6th of this month of April up until the 10th of this month. And yeah, so they expelled the two dudes and then they spared the white lady. She was very vocal about it though. And she was very, very, very vocal about why she think that she was spared, which is because she's a white lady, and that they were let go. And also stating that they had this thing with the black dudes. It's like this is not 1950, you can't do things all the way. Like, even though it's Tennessee, so I stand corrected because they are different, type of state. I say a lot of those states are Tennessee, Alabama, maybe perhaps, Mississippi, like states like that. They're a little different. Maybe even Kentucky. Yeah, like they're a little different. So they have a certain way of expecting you to behave because they are what at one point would have been considered Antietam South. But yeah, these three right here, well, the two, because they were expelled, she was spared. Yeah, they were expelled. Now, for all the hoopla, the CNNs, my favorite, Associated Press, everywhere, MSNBC, everywhere. This was a conversation of discussion. Now, mind you, what they were protesting for, though, should have been the bigger picture, like the that should have been the grand ante, because they're getting expelled. Which the cause that they are really fighting for, you should be hearing more about that than them getting expelled. But it just like the tables turn into something totally different. So the cause that they were fighting for is weapon control. They are peace. They anti-still, not peace and peace, but anti-still peace, right? So they are anti that. great cause, get it totally. Because in Tennessee, they had a mass situation where like 5 people, I believe, were innocent people were taken out of here. I believe it was 5 people. So the cause in which they were fighting for almost gets lost in all that happened, which is them getting expelled. Maybe one, but again, a lot of things are happening right now that are just weird. These times are really, really weird. Because think about it. This is in the first time in history we have a president who is being indicted on charges. It's the first time. That's never happened. It's never happened. Now we got Tennessee over here expelling 2 black members of the chamber, and they let the white lady go. But the 2 black gentlemen, they expelled them. Now they reinstated them really fast, because let me tell you what happens with the reinstatement. I'm gonna tell you what really happened with that too. Okay, so they expelled them real quick. It's almost like, all right, let me tap you on the hand real quick, so you understand that you, with your little black behind, can't come up in here acting however you want to act, right? But here's the thing. They had a certain amount of days to hurry up and come up with the re-election process. Those 2 gentlemen that we are looking at right there have every right to run in that particular election, let alone like the next big election. But that particular election, they did nothing wrong. They protested. They caused us a scene on the chamber floor or whatever. But they didn't do anything that would cause them any issue with running again and getting reelected. And because of all the chaos that was going down on that floor, I'm more than certain that the people would reelect both of those 2 gentlemen again. I'm more than certain that the people would reelect both of these dudes easy, because then now they're like martyrs. It's like almost like yeah, look what y'all did. And if you listen to the chant that they kept saying, like, oh my gosh, these people going ham. You should be ashamed. That was part of the chant. Yes, it would have been easy for those 2 dudes to get reelected. So what they hurried up and did is they reinstated their position. And then here's the thing. Now they can't go back and try to re-get them on them same kind of charges. It's just impossible. So you got to just let it play out the way it plays out. But that's what happened. That's what happened. I had to get to the story because it blew my mind. It blew my mind to see what exactly just went down with these people, like what happened. And it blew my mind the fact that the focus was totally taken off of what exactly they were protesting, because it was put on them being expelled because of the protest. It was just weird, man. It was weird to me. I don't know about you, but it was weird to me. It's just weird, man. You gotta pay attention to these type of things. You really gotta pay attention to these type of things, like, because it's just like crazy. It's weird. It's weird. It's absolutely weird. I don't know. But yeah, I do hate that because the cause that they're fighting for is an absolutely great freaking cause. Yes, there needs to be some control over these firearms that is out here on these streets for sure. That's the cause. That was their cause. It was a great cause. Came in there with their little bull horns, like because they said previously before when they try to speak on it, they cut their mic. So that's why I'm thinking that they came with the bull horns or whatever, but came in there with their little bull horns. It was like, yes, we gonna fight for our right to say that we don't want this no more. Look what happened to these babies and these innocent people. And then and that's what happened. That's what happened. I just really wanted to talk about that because it was deep. It was all the way deep. I'm like, are you serious? Yes, they are very serious, baby. Very much serious. Hold on. We're a little lost in the sauce. Let me get back to where we need to be at. Yeah. Incredible. All the way incredible. Mm-hmm. All right, so let's get to some other things we need to talk about. Wait. Oh no. This daggone. Daggone Apple. That's why I always wind up using more than one, but I'm trying to limit my use of all of the computers at one time. Because, sometimes it get a little complicated. But now I've lost. Okay, here we go. Never mind, I'm back. I just had to pull that down. So get rid of this and this. But yeah, it's just incredible how things wind up working themselves out. Because I promise you, what happens now is that the cause is really lost. It's not here anymore. It's not what the cause was at first. The cause is really about some control over the firearms that y'all got out here on these streets, and how y'all let these people go out here and buy these weapons and just say, oh no, it's our right to hunt. Never mind, think about the type of people that perhaps you are really putting these weapons in their hands and then saying, oh no, it's our right to bear arms. Yeah, I believe in the right to bear arms, but I also believe that there is at some point a reason why you can't let everybody have a freaking weapon. Like, it's just ridiculous. Everybody can't have a weapon. And I know it's kind of hard to dictate who can have a weapon and why. But if it's gonna be some stuff that they gotta go through to clear it, then let that motherfucker go through the shit to clear the shit. But everybody doesn't need a weapon. Weapons are not for everybody. All right, that's all I'm saying. So let's get to this next situation. Oh, where we at on time? I had some complications in here, y'all, if y'all wasn't paying attention, but I got it together. Jermaine Dupri and Hulu and some other people who because it's going to be more than those two. I mean, Jermaine Dupri talking. It's going to be some people talking about what is known as Freaknik. And if anybody remembers, like, I remember hearing about Freaknik. I was too young to be at some Freaknik, but I remember wishing that I was old enough because I heard so much about Freaknik. Like, even though I was young, I wanted to be there. I wanted to see what was going on. So Jermaine Dupri and Hulu have a situation coming up. Let's read it. So Hulu's forthcoming documentary about Freaknik apparently has some old school partiers trembling in their boots. Whose mamas was at Freaknik, and one woman's now viral concerns might reflect too many. A TikToker named Tina posted a clip that's making rounds, and it seems to be a perfect oh man, it seems like if you're in your late 40s, I'm sorry, or like I say late 40s, early 50s, a lot of the women are really who, made their rounds in Atlanta are worried about what is going to come out in this movie. Namely them showing up in this movie, because there are a lot of pictures, and I'm quite sure they went pictures, videos, they went to great lengths to collect what they could, and it's gonna be in this, and I'm gonna watch it because I'm nosy, but and remember, I'm in my early 40s, so I was too young for this kind of stuff. But check out her breakdown of what was going on back then during the legendary Freaknik Street Festival that used to overtake the ATL during spring break. Sounds like a wild time. So, as Tina notes here, she's not so much worried about herself in these instances, as she says that she would always avoid the giant video cameras. Oh, but that don't mean she wasn't doing nothing. That were being busted out left and right, a staple of Freaknik culture. It seems in those days, she says she never did anything crazy or regretful on tape, but the same can't be said for many others, and she's nervous for them. I am nervous for them too. I'm nervous for them too. So, her angst now is trending on Twitter too, by the way, but it with a lot of folks joking that their moms and aunts probably don't want these things hitting the airways because it could include some old footage that's a little bit embarrassing. Of course, there's some ugliness as well. Ooh, yes, because the little snippets of, oh my gosh, let me finish. Let me finish. So the Freaknik parties of the 1990s ended up drawing a lot of crime and debauchery in Atlanta at its peak, including looting and robberies, assaults in both the physical manner to some young ladies were assaulted as well, and regular assault, even physical assaults. The latter of which started to become a worrisome trend as more women were being manhandled in public. Yeah, they was doing some ratchet stuff, honey. This issue got so bad, the city leaders started to crack down and break up Freaknik to the point that it wasn't what it was at one point in time. Like at one point, it was like eventually dissolving entirely in the late 1990s. Some in Atlanta have tried to retrieve Freaknik in recent years, but it's never been the same. In any case, the new doc, The Wildest Party Never Told, is aiming to expose all of it. Oh my goodness. I'm kind of glad I wasn't old enough to be, because I'm quite sure Like I said, I'm more than certain that they did due diligence and went and got all of the footage. Let me get some water. Hold on. All of the footage that they could possibly get. I mean, I'm quite sure they was just like, yo, talking to dudes, talking to everybody. Like, if you got some footage, hit us up. We'll pay you good because we trying to do this documentary. And so it's gonna be some stuff in there that some people probably won't be too happy to have had exposed. So as much as I was hot in the behind and wanted to be a freaknik, I'm glad I was not old enough to be a freaknik. Cause jeez, Louise, it's getting ready to get crazy. I know a couple of people that was old enough to be a freaknik, and I'm quite sure they was there. I can't ask them right now, but I'm quite sure they'd have been the one or two of them. I don't know, but I wasn't old enough to be there. So yeah, all right. My goodness. Let's see what else. Let's get down. Hold on. I'll be right back, and then we're gonna talk about my girl Monica, because that's my baby girl right there. I'll be right back. What a time to be alive. I repeat, what a time to be alive. Did you know that you could get fresh ingredients along with beautiful recipes delivered to your door? Did you know that? Wow, you can get 21 free meals plus free shipping and 3 free gifts when you use the code HelloFresh21. The link is in the description. Again, use the code HelloFresh21 to get 21 free meals plus free shipping plus 3 free gifts. I'm telling you. It's time to get healthy, y'all. Listen, y'all better leave my girl Monica alone. Let's get into it real quick. Leave it up to the DMV, though. I'm going to just tell you why in a second. So, Monica has this, which I kind of like it. She's been known to be a gangster. You feel me? She's been known throughout the years to maybe smack a chick. You know what I mean? She got a little gangster with her. And so I guess because she does have that gangster in her, people expect her to go outside and just act a plum fool all the time. And I'm going to tell you this. It's better to just go out here and try to be peaceful in life now. Sometimes people get you twisted and you got to correct them and spank them and let them know that you're not the one. But this is one of them times with Monica, like, chill. It don't always gotta be like this. So let's get to what happened. So people are mad, but Monica put a damper on her Gunica, that's her nickname, and a few fans' chances of landing more punches during the fight that erupted at her show. The star singer was recently in DC. I said leave it to the DMV. I said it. But she was recently in DC for the R&B Experience Tour, and was bringing the house down with her hit ballad, Why I Love You So Much. How do you even be... Why I Love You So Much. I'm going to ask the question in a minute. When she noticed a brawl breaking out in the stands right in front of her. So listen, a confused Monica wondered what about her Quiet Storm music classic could prompt. That's what I did. Thank you, Monica. Could prompt people to fight and demanded they stop, even offering to buy them drinks if they cool off. Oh, Monica, I ain't singing Knock If You Buck, baby. Calm that shit down. But see, that was the gangster that is Monica. Listen, she wasn't singing Knock If You Buck. That's what I love about Monica. She told the Rowdy Bunch, referencing to the Crime Mob's 2004 fight starting record. Yeah, that'll get you in some shit. The bribe didn't seem to work, and Monica suggested that they take that shit the fuck outside. That's what Monica said. Take that shit outside. Um, and cleverly dropping her fan favorite song, So Gone, to celebrate the fans' exit from the venue. That's classic, Monica. Let's go. Monica has been accused of having a thug side, but listen, all right. She's been accused of having a thug side and did her best to explain the nickname to Stacey Abrams and Ciara last year during the election season. The true Gunica would have let the fans fight. No. Listen, it's. I'm gonna say this because we all in the same age bracket, and I must say, for her to be in the same, like she looks good. She's amazing. I love Monica. Still love her. I love her style. I love her style of dress. I like, she's a very stylish girl. I love, the gangster in her, because sometimes you don't have to be hardcore all the time, ladies, but some of us have lived such a life where there is a little bit of gangster in us, and you gotta let it be what it's gonna be. But there does not always have to be a fight at the end of the situation. There are some times where you just can't let some shit go. That's just how I feel. But there does not always have to be a fight all the time. And so I think I'm very proud of Monica for chilling out. Like, listen, I don't understand. I was just getting ready to ask the same question. What about Why I Love You So Much makes you want to fight? Why would you fight to that song? Damn, like, whatever. I don't, whatever. All right. I just can't imagine. Like, I wouldn't be trying to fight while I'm hearing it. Like, and especially she, I love you. Boy, chill the fuck out. That's the good part. Sing it, Monica. And, she was hitting some notes on the song. What about that song makes you want to fight? I just don't. Okay. Anyway. We had on time. We good. Let's get to this Pop Smoke situation. So, one of the people pled guilty and gets 4 years in juvie. This is incredible. Listen to this right here. One of the 4 men accused of, putting down Pop Smoke has pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter and home invasion robbery, and he will not be incarcerated for. He will now be incarcerated for several years. Judge J. Christopher Smith sentenced the now 20-year-old defendant to 4 years and 2 months in a juvenile treatment facility on Thursday after the man pled guilty to entering the Hollywood Hills mansion to rob the late rapper before things ended in Pop losing his life. The LA Times reports that the judge refused to reduce his sentence by 2 years and 8 months, the time he's already spent behind bars, and warned the man he could remain in juvenile custody until he was 25. His attorney previously argued that his client suffered from a learning disability that made him incapable of standing trial. How about listen? Oh my Lord, Jesus. I digress. Pop Smoke was shot. I'm sorry, I wasn't supposed to, but he was taken out in February 2020 after a home invasion inside of a Hollywood Hills mansion erupted in and would look like fireworks inside of a home. And it was crazy. As reported, it was a tough case to crack. Police caught no breaks during the lengthy investigation. Sure. Um, Three other defendants, two juveniles, and Corey Walker are also charged, but have not stood trial yet. Cecilia tells, "Hey, that broke up my story. It was some, but the other dudes ain't staying trial yet. This some old other stuff. I'm mad about this. But whatever. I'm not gonna get into it right now. But yeah, so are they gonna do the same thing for the other two dudes that are juveniles as well? Cause I would like to know. I would like to know. Um what's going to happen with this Pop Smoke the rest of this trial? Um Y'all just listen. I know times is hard out here. I struggle just like everybody else, but it just comes a point in time. And you should be teaching these to these younger generational people. Like, it might look all fun and games, like, oh, we going to play cops and robbers or whatever, but it's crazy out here and they could lose their lives. Other people can, and it's senseless. Like, we need to teach them to just move in a different way because it's senseless at this point. All right, let's get to some more happy news because I'm happy. Pharrell just turned Pharrell Williams, Neptunes, all that good stuff. Very dope producer, been doing this thing for years. Yeah, he's turning 50. Um, but he still got that young boy vibe, and everybody they lose their minds. They losing their minds. So listen to this: Pharrell Williams turning 50 will not, while not looking a day over 30, is absolutely baffling to his legion of fans who want to know the secret behind his half-century milestone. Um, Pharrell and his big birthday, which is this Wednesday coming up. This Wednesday coming up. So happy, I'll say it Wednesday, but happy birthday, Pharrell. And a ton of people online wish him well on another year around the sun, and many couldn't help but point out the obvious that the dude doesn't age. Some people just don't age. Some people just don't. It was a wide range of responses, but all pointed to the supposed fountain of youth. The hip hop legend must have been drinking from it daily on a daily. One fan asked Pharrell for his exclusive skincare routine, while another said it is possible that I appear older than Pharrell, who is literally 50 years old. I just listen. Some people just don't age. I'm just saying. Um, if you've been under a rock for at least 30 years, Pharrell's been in the music business since the early 1990s, forming the group The Neptunes in high school and getting discovered by Teddy Riley himself. He went on to work with huge names like Madonna, Jay-Z, Shakira, Justin Timberlake, Gwen Stefani, Daft Punk, while dropping his own undeniably popular track, Happy, as well. I said a happier news. Y'all didn't catch me. Y'all ain't see where I was going with it. Maybe he's born with it, or maybe he's just found out how to be lucky. But anyway, happy birthday, Pharrell. We will remember to say it again on Wednesday. Everybody is just baffled, like, oh my gosh, how does he keep his youth? Some people just don't age, y'all. It just happens like that. Some people just remain looking young, but are actually old as fuck. Monica, one of them people. She look young, but she ain't old as fuck, but she look young. Um, Let me see. I got time to talk about this real quick. It's a lot going on. Well, I don't even know why this is a conversation. But it's a whole bunch of stuff with Rajane, her little boyfriend, and Ricky Smiley. It's like to the point now that Ricky Smiley had to prove that he didn't say some stuff, and it's just like I don't even know why I'm bringing this up, because I guess because it's happening right now, but it's like really like a lot of he say she say type of situation, and I feel like it's really childish and let it go, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Like at this point, Rajane is grown. Yes, Lil Wayne is her daddy, but she's grown. She with a dude. They bumping uglies, doing what they do. She's a grown woman. Ricky Smiley is at this point, ain't a grandfather. Like, it's just some things you just gotta let go of. You can't just be like, it's like I even had a situation where I was going back and forth with somebody, and then I just had to realize some things you just gotta let go. Not every battle is a battle you should be fighting, and I think that this is one of them situations where they just should let it go. So that's that. I think I cover everything on my subject list. I gotta show some love to some people. Oh no, it was one more story. Dance hall queen Spice. She had a bad situation. She had a ruptured hernia. That resulted in sepsis, and she wound up losing 30 pounds. Like, this is one of them situations where she could have lost her life, you feel me? So she's out speaking about the situation, and I'm glad she's given some enlightenment. I'm not going to go into detail about every intricate piece of what she had to say, but I'm just going to say I'm glad she's given some enlightenment, because people don't know what be going on sometimes, and it just fester until you know you figure it out. But yeah, big love to her, and I'm glad she is in a better space. Is this one working for me, baby? Hold on, y'all said it is, so I don't even gotta go no further. I want to show some love to my peoples, because I like to show love to my peoples. First of all, big shout out to anybody who's watching the show from YouTube, from um, Facebook. Hold on, let me say. From Facebook, from YouTube, from Twitch, wherever you're watching from. Yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for tuning into this show. I appreciate you so much. But I want to show big love to my people that download this show, because, man, y'all come through in abundance, and I love you so much, and I'm always going to try to make sure that I take the opportunity to show you some love. You guys are extraordinary, and I love you very much. Very, very much. I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, my top 6. I love you guys. You guys are extraordinary. The United States, France, Germany, India, the UK, and Belgium, specifically Brussels. I love you guys. You guys are extraordinary. Know that for life, I got y'all for life, for life. I love everybody equally though, but they just come through and they show me the most love. So I gotta shout them out first. But I love you all equally. You guys are all extraordinary. You are. So anyway, Brazil, the Netherlands, Singapore, I love you. South Africa, Spain, Philippines, Australia, Japan, Mexico, Ireland, Nepal, Barbados, Israel, I love you. Canada, Hong Kong, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. Russia, I love you. China, I love you. Uh, Poland, Tunisia, Venezuela, Indonesia, Switzerland. Hold on, I'm not finished. Wait a minute. Turkey, Austria, Kenya, Pakistan, Romania. I think I said Poland, Venezuela, Tunisia. Hold on, New Zealand. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Nigeria. Oh my gosh, so many of you. You guys are extraordinary. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody because it's, oh my gosh, you guys are just freaking amazing, man, freaking amazing, and I love you very much. So I try to make sure Nigeria. I said Nigeria. Yeah, I try to make sure that I don't miss any of you. I just try to get through this. I wish I could go city by city at this point, but the more we've done this podcast, the less I'm able to go city by city. But I will say this: you guys are freaking dope. You are the dopest I've ever seen. I don't think I miss anybody on my list. I try not to miss anybody. I would hate to do that, but I love you guys in abundance. I do. All right, so something else I gotta talk about. So this, let me see if I can make myself bigger. I can make it bigger. No, I think that's as big as it's gonna get. So let's just put that on the screen really quickly. This Wednesday, this Wet and Why Wednesday, this has been requested. This is why this is coming up next for the subject matter. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I have been a little weary about having this conversation. I have my reasons. But to those who are listening, this upcoming Wednesday at 9:30, it'll be Wet and Wired Wednesday, and we will be talking about social media versus the relationship. And the person who brought it to my requested this show. Eventually, I want to have this person on the show because this is a conversation that they brought forward. But before I bring this person on the show, I feel like I should talk about how I feel about it and some things, give some testimonials and things of that nature. But and then eventually, so this is gonna probably be like a 2, 3, maybe 4-part show series of the show because we are really going to get into it and talk about it and discuss it. And I want your input. I want you guys to make sure that you come through and you tell me how you feel about certain things that I've said, maybe perhaps, or certain things that you feel about this subject matter. But the subject matter is this: social media versus the relationship, and it is our next upcoming Wet and Wired Wednesday. Again, I was very, very nervous about talking about this, but this is why we're here. We're here to talk about the taboo, so we're going to get into it on Wet and Wired Wednesday. So make sure that you tune in this Wednesday. Social media versus the relationship. Live on YouTube, live on Facebook, just live. We're just gonna be live. I don't know. I might even pull out the other bookie brand, the other phone, and we might go live on IG. I don't know. We're gonna see, but we are going live. We're gonna talk about it. So make sure you tune in for this. Yeah. I just wanted to talk about. I'm very nervous about this subject, and because I'm divulging some things that I don't really normally divulge, but whatever. We're gonna talk about. I gotta be honest. First things first. If you would like to come on the show, if you have a suggestion, a request, If you want to talk about advertisement, whatever, hit us up, ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Ambitiouslythepodcast@gmail.com. Yeah, said us, said us, said us. You can always join the conversation while we're on air. You can ask me to drop the link. I'll drop it. Just as long as you're on your best behavior, you can call in or text 443-850-4828. Again, the number is 443-850-4828. You could always, we'll put you wherever you want to aim, talk about some things. Or you could just drop a comment and then I can show you love in that way. But yeah, just do that. Do one of those things. That's all you got to do. If I play a video, which I will not be doing anytime, not until Friday anyway, know that I have permission to play any music that I play on this show. And yeah, that's why I play it. That's why I show love, because they give me permission. Like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Yes, any like, share, or subscription is greatly appreciated, man. And that's the free 95% of the time, that's the freest way that you can support this show. Check out our website, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com, www.ambitiouslyentertainment.com. Yes, baby, yes. Donate if you would like to donate. It's $ capital LURLUCIDITY, Lord Lucidity, on Cash App. You could donate. Thanks in advance. I appreciate you. And we are streaming on all streaming platforms, baby. Yes, we are. Yes, this is what we do over here. We everywhere. Know that we are streaming. And this is why I love my audience, my listener audience, because they know that we're streaming everywhere, because they're the ones who are downloading. I appreciate you, babies. Thank you. So yeah. Make sure y'all tune in this Wire Wednesday for this conversation. It's gonna be deep. I think it's time that I'm scared. I don't know why I'm so scared to talk about it. I am, but I think it's a conversation that needs to be had. Like, by all. Yeah. By all. But, I don't know why I'm so scared to just have this conversation. But we're going to talk about it. This Wet and Wired Wednesday is when we're going to have this conversation. It's going to be what it is. So let's recap the things that we talked about today, though. How about that? First things first. First things first. Kanye, we got to figure out what we're doing with the school, baby, because it's getting a little thick out here and a little dangerous and a little scary. And these poor babies, you gonna wind up getting sued for real. So let's just deal with that. Get this academy situation under wraps. As far as this Nashville situation, this Tennessee lawmaker expulsion situation, it was dumb. And again, you cannot handle things like you would have handled them in 1950s or the 1960s. You have made martyrs out of these lawmakers because you did something. And like I said, if you heard the chant, then you would know. Like, they were easily getting reelected. So they had no choice but to reinstate them. That was just like the safest way to do things. And it was getting ready to look real crazy for them. If they want to save their seats, they was going to do something to change the game, because that was nuts. Incredibly nuts. What else we had going on? Mothers who went to Freaknik, watch your back. Watch your back, girl. And fellas, some of y'all gotta watch y'all back too, because there's some fathers out here that was out there in Freaknik being nasty too. Being community penis. Like, guys, come on now. Ricky Smiley and Regine, stop it. Too grown for that shit. Sometimes you gotta let it go. And Monica is a learning experience. She is like, I'm still a G, I'm still a gangster, but sometimes I just don't know how why I love you so much would be a fighting song. Like, why are you fighting? Yes, Monica, I don't understand either, girl. Why is they fighting off of that song, man? And we're gonna see what else happened with the rest of the Pop Smoke crew. I don't know, but it's nuts out here. And happy birthday again, Pharrell. Looking young forever. I get it, baby. Some of us, we just don't age the way y'all think we should age. I'm just saying. But happy birthday. Happy birthday. And I think these are all the things that we covered. So there are some things that I have to say while I'm trying to get out of here. I gotta go, y'all. Can't stay here forever. I will be back on Wednesday, and I told y'all we having this conversation. Let me put this back on. We are having this conversation. I guarantee you we're gonna have this conversation because it's requested, and I have to. My audience requested it, so I'm gonna talk about it, even though I'm scared to talk about it. I am, but we're gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna talk about it. Okay, so yeah, a few things I'd like to say. I added something at the end of this, so it might sound a little different today. First things first, mind your business. Except for on Media Mondays, come here. We're on the Gab Beat. I'll help you mind people's business. But as far as these streets, stay mind your business. Everybody's business, not your business. Come here. I'll tell you people's business. I just did. I just gave you a whole bunch of people's business. But yeah, mind your business. You know, safer that way. Safer that you come here and then, you know, we get into it here. Love your babies, hug your babies, encourage your babies to be the greatest that they can be. If they want to work for NASCAR, encourage them to be the best pit boss, NASCAR driver, commentator, whatever the hell else they do in NASCAR, but just encourage them to be great at it. If they want to work for NASA, then be the best astronaut, engineer, janitor, receptionist, secretary, I don't know, whatever else they do over there at NASA, but just be great at that. Encourage them to be great at that. You know, they need that encouragement. It's not the last thing, so I'm not going to say last but least, but I'm just going to say stay in your lane. Everybody's lane is not your lane. And sometimes jumping in people's lane, like you jump in my lane, you're going to get this. You don't want her. You want her. She cute and cuddly and lovable. Well, at least her. Because, baby, when I am purring, I am a happy girl. But you don't want the first one. She is really a little unruly sometimes. You want the second one or the last one. They're safer that way. And usually what happens when you jump into other people's lanes, a collision happens. And it just makes no sense. Like, who wants a collision? Nobody. So just stay in your lane. Like, just stay in your lane. Now this is my new thing. Last but not least, because I love you guys, I'm gonna tell you to just learn how to pick your battles. Every battle is not your battle. You feel me? Like, how do I explain this? Okay. So every battle is not a battle that's worth fighting. Some battles you just have to be like, okay, I'm going to let this go. I'm going to let you win this because obviously you're very passionate about it and you feel like you need it so you can have it. There's some battles it's like I'm not really trying to give up my inner peace to win this battle. There are just some battles that just aren't yours to fight at all. So learn to pick your battles. Because battles are small, but the war is bigger. So pick your battles. And that's the last thing I'm going to say from now on. Just pick your battles wisely. Learn to pick your battles wisely. And with that being said, I gotta get out of here. I love you guys so much. You guys are extraordinary. Thank you for my little last minute rant. But you got to pick your battles wisely. And so, if I'm going to teach y'all anything before I get out of here, is pick your battles wisely. I got to get out of here. Bye, y'all. I love you so much. Come back One White Wednesday. Relationships versus social media. It's requested, so we're going to talk about it. I love you. Good night.